Hey, how's it going? And today I'm excited to show you something that I've been working on, and I don't think you'll find this anywhere else on the internet or in the Unreal documentation. This is kind of a custom thing that I've created. And what I'm trying to do is develop the mechanics to where if I want to have a player do a custom behavior, like sit down, lay down, grab a gun, or do something like that, I want to be able to trigger those behaviors. And what I'm working towards is having a fully controllable player character that I can almost control like a puppet in the scene. Once I get to that point, then I don't have to do motion capture. The only way I've really seen this done before is with montages, and this isn't using montages, and I think this system is, in a certain way, it's simpler, and it also gives you more control over blending the animations, I think. And you still retain full player control too. To get started on this, here we go. So I'm just going to go to the content level right here, and let's create enum. Now I'm just going to use existing behaviors in here because I don't want to go through the hassle of importing the custom behaviors, but just imagine that I've imported some custom behaviors. So what we'll do is we'll come into blueprints, and we'll go to enumeration, and we'll double click into it, and I'll just leave it called new user defined enums, and we need 4 for this, so I'll just click it 4 times. And the first one needs to be called default, and the next one is just going to be called idle. We'll have walk and run, and you can just imagine that these are any behaviors that you would want your player to have. So then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go into the blueprint third person, and we're going to add our controls in here. And ideally I would do this with enhanced input actions, but I'm just doing this in the interest of time. So I'm going to search for a keyboard press, a 1 here, and then I'm going to hit Control D 3 times. Control D, Control D, Control D. I'm going to select this, come over here, press that keyboard, and then press 2 on the keyboard, and it becomes 2. Click this, click there, hit 3, and now it's 3. Click this, hit that little keyboard so it turns yellow, and it's 4. And this is how we're going to trigger our actual custom behaviors. Then what I need to do is create a variable to my enum that I just created. So I'm going to search for it. It's called new user. Oops, not there. I'll just call this enum here, and I'll search for it here. And it's called new user. It should pop right up right here. And we'll compile and save that. And then what we're going to do is just drag this into the scene here. Whoops. Drag it into the scene and set it. And we're going to duplicate it 3 times. So go Control D, Control D, Control D. 1 will be the default. 2 will be the idle. And like I said, this could be any animation that you want this to be. I'm just using these for convenience. I just want this animation to be active. I don't want any other animations going on, the normal player controller animations that we have. So I'm going to get the character movement here, and I'll just put it right here. And what we want to do is disable the character movement so that the player character doesn't move when these animations are going on. And so what we can do is all 3 of these can plug into here. Oops. Like this. That's why I say I think this is a nice clean solution, and I haven't seen anybody do it quite this way. And then we need to, when we press 1 and go back to our regular player controller behavior, which is the default, what we're going to do is we need to just pull off of here again. We can pull off of here, and I believe it's set character movement mode here. Plug this in here and put this back to walking, and that'll restore our behavior. So 2 will be idle, 3 will be walk, and 4 will be we'll have it set to default. It needs to be to run, and that will be to run. So compile and save that, and we're almost done, believe it or not. So now we're going to go into our animation blueprint here under animations right here, APB Manny. Double click into this, and we're going to go into we need to get a reference to our blueprint third person. So over here, what we'll do is we can just cast to it here. Cast to BP third person right here. And the object we can actually grab from the character here because it's going to inherit from that. If we look at this, you'll see it's getting the owning actor. And then this will just plug in here. And here we're just going to create a variable, so promote that to variable. And now we have access to that. So let's go into our anim graph here. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull off of here. And I'm going to disconnect this, hit Alt. And I'm going to search for, let's see, blend, new user, defined enum, this one right here. Then what I'm going to do is right click it, and we're going to add the idle, the walk, and the run. And we're not going to add the default because we already have a default here. So what I'm going to do is just plug this in here like this, and this back in here like that. And then what we have to do is just go plug in our animations. So we just imagine we'll grab them over here. So we got our idle, our walk in place, and we have a run forward right here, I think. And it could be, like I said, these could be any animations that you want to bring in. We just plug these in here like this. And what's cool about this method is, let me plug that in there, is that doing it this way, we can adjust all of our blend times real easily. So just to show you that this works, I'll just put them all to 2, just to over accentuate the actual transition between the blends. But you could customize each one of these. The last thing that we need to do is get our reference to our BP third person right here. And what was that called? It's just called enums. So we're going to drag off of here and go get enums right here. And then this is just going to plug in to there. And compile and save that. And that's all we have to do. So with this system now, let's imagine this was an attack. This could be an attack, and this could be a sit down, and this could be a lay down or something. These could be any 3 animations that you want. I'm just grabbing these for convenience, like I said. And we can adjust our blend times here, and we don't lose our player character behaviors. So let's see if this works. So come in here, and I'll hit play. Hit W, and I've got my normal running around, player character jumping and all that. Now if I hit 1, or hit 2, I mean, see, it transitioned into just idle now. I hit 3, he's in the walking, and I'm hitting W, I can't move. And 4 is running. One thing I forgot real fast, come back in here, let's marquee select these, all those animations, and we just need to set them to loop. Compile that and save. Now let's try that again one last time. Okay, so I've got my regular player character here, and now let's say I have 3 custom behaviors that I want to trigger. I hit 2, goes into idle, and if I hit W, I can't move. Hit 3, I transition into the next custom animation. I hit 4, I go into running. And I can't move. I'm hitting W and S, I can't move. So the animation will just go. And then I hit 1, and I'm back into my player character, and we're back on the road again. So it's just one method. There's other ways you could do this, like I said, with montages, but I think this is kind of a cleaner way to do it, and you still retain full player control. So anyway, I hope you found this helpful. Take care, have a great day, and I'll talk to you next time.